Okay, are we back? Are we good? Are we back? Uh, Sick. Okay, that's great. Right. So, funny thing, my computer decided that it wanted to freeze entirely. Yeah, so my computer froze entirely. Check DM and Twitter. I will when I get a chance there, one. But yeah, as I was saying, hopefully this is hopefully all the stuff is good now. But yeah. So I ended up killing him, thankfully. Of course, you guys didn't get to see that because my entire stream froze, and then it froze my entire computer. So I shut that down for a second, and then I was like, okay, is my like computer hot? Is it running too hot or something like that? And like for the heat that you would expect for like a computer to just like start going crazy, like it's like nowhere near that. So I don't know what's up the last 2 days for it, and it's concerning. But it's only been doing that when we've been streaming. So I guess something to look at. But yeah, we ended up killing him, and literally it was just where he stood, and to the right is a fog wall, which I imagine he's probably covering a boss, which just means I got all of my stuff drained right before a boss. So this is yeah, this is gonna go well. I can only imagine that this is great. Okay, well, let's go in. We got 3 Estus. That means we can win, right? It's not a boss? You sure? What is that thing? What is that thing? What is that thing? Oh no. Why are there so many of them? Something tells me I'm probably supposed to probably dodge these guys if at all possible. You know, stealth-like, perhaps. Considering my lack of resources at this point, I'm probably gonna go ahead and immediately aggro one because I'm dumb, I guess. Rip. Get me out of here. Holy, he's got a jump. Nope. Just gonna have to go with capital nope on that one. Okay, that seems to be about your range, but I can aggro. Oh, okay. Well, somebody's dark magic hits harder than the others, and apparently has more range. So, slap him in the cheeks while he's not looking. Wrecked. Get me out of here. Out of here. Oh no. Yeah, I knew it. I knew it. Wow, that hurts a lot. Okay, that hurts a lot. Yikes. Well, honestly, this should go better now that I'm gonna actually have more resources because I'm not fighting a pyromancer every time. Eh, hopefully at least. I want to know what magic he used because the only magic I could see that would lower my dark damage against him would have been Great Magic Barrier or Magic Barrier. But he didn't use that. He used Flash Sweat, and Flash Sweat is specifically for Pyromancer fighting Pyromancer. At least based on the description that it says. But clearly it like halved or even made so I only did a third of my damage of what I was supposed to be doing. So maybe Flash Sweat is better than I thought, or he just benefits better from it somehow? I don't know. But, yeah. That's the first time we've seen those things. I'm very concerned about them. I don't really know how I'm gonna deal with them either, is the thing. Wow, that was like the first time I got hit by that attack since we ran through that area. Unfortunate. I was really thinking it was gonna be a boss or something, but, they certainly be hitting just as hard. I think we can just straight up run down there now. Poor Lord, you piece of garbage. I hate you. What is this? Every time I'm gonna stream, this NPC nerd's gonna invade me? Is that where we're at this point in this game? Come on, man. Don't run off the edge of the map, ideally. If he's not gonna run after me with his swords, I think we're out. Like, Yeah, I mean, we're basically already back where we were. And considering there was a fog wall in between in there and this room, I want to go ahead and say that we're fine. I just looked back and didn't see anybody. Right, so these guys are surely moving around. If I'm gonna aggro Eddie, I need to aggro a single one. Which if we're gonna start off, may as well start off strong if possible. And we're definitely gonna use this opening out to our advantage if at all possible. Ow, never mind, he can still snipe me inside here. Ow. Chill, calm down. Although I guess we could potentially keep dropping his aggro by going in and out of there. I got very lucky on the timing of that roll. Very unfortunate that it lost its track in there. We would have got another free hit. We're gonna go back. You seem like baby demon something. He was a boss. I don't remember the exact name, but you seem like baby versions of him. Come on, something good. Petrified Dragon Bone? Those gotta be for boss weapons, because it says for reinforcing special equipment. So I can only imagine either boss weapons, or, well, I guess there is boss weapons, boss weapon, or boss weapon. Although I don't think there's even boss armor in this one. That really still hit me, though? All the way over there? Alright, well. I need whatever dark magic they're using, the fact that they can snipe me like that. What dark magic of all things? You know, the magic, like one of many magics in this game that has no range to it? Yeah! Okay. Few old school grabs there, eh? I'm really trying to cheese them in this area, but they seem to be very resilient towards doing so. I'm stuck on the wall. Get me out of here. See, this is the spot I want to be, because it's not really attacking us. I think we can dig in hard enough behind here to dodge it. I hope everybody from the other chat is still around, because it did take a second to get this back. It got up relatively quick, so I'm hoping that's the case. Although the same thing happened when I was fighting Vendrick that we killed, which either the people that wanted to see me kill Vendrick did, and they're just not watching the video, or the people maybe don't. Did I not explain it well? Maybe I didn't. I saw nobody had viewed the Vendrick one. I believe it was like Vendrick, your crown will be mine, something along that line of a Twitch VOD. That Twitch VOD has the boss kill of Vendrick. So if you guys did not see the boss kill of Vendrick and you like watching the boss fights, make sure to go ahead and watch that. Otherwise you're gonna end up missing it and be like, oh, why didn't you do it? And be like, no, I did. You just didn't necessarily watch the VOD, which is fine if you watched it live. That's cool, but you know. That bonfire all the way back there? Oh, babe. You love to see. There's no way they can murder you right at the bonfire, right? Like, I can't spawn in and expect them to immediately start hitting me, so we must have some time before these guys actually aggro. There's still items around here. I don't want to reset just yet, because some of them are still dead, so I want to take this opportunity to grab all the items while they're down. And no, I got reheating after There's some decent items in this area. Liking that idea. There's also some enemies that very much so want to eat me alive. It must be nice to be able to shoot through the walls like that. I would never know. Where are you behind me? I think this is like one of the few enemies where like Soul Geyser might actually use it. Got very lucky. So far, not as crazy of enemies as I thought they would be, but that could also just be us fighting better. I say that immediately as soon as I get hit by one. Alright, just gonna drink up 2. I figured if he potentially shoots his dark magic back in here, I could end up dying, which is why I ended up drinking 2 there. This should kill. Really not as many souls as I would like, but that's really not the thing you want out of these guys. But apparently the petrified dragon bones is like a good item. Then again, when the only thing we ever get out of bosses is magic, and that's debatable on whether you would even consider that good or not, considering the spells that we so far have received from them. I noticed this off to the side. I also noticed an item over there, so I'm gonna head over here before I completely forget this area exists. Salmon, use Dragonstone. Okay, so we did have to go this way. I wonder if this actually leads back to the first bonfire. Okay, this creates a elevator back up to the third bonfire in the other area, I want to say. This seems like something you would hit or something, but I guess that's not the case. So we know where the contraption is. That's not a problem. Am I going to drop down on me or nothing? Great Blood Greatsword. That sounds like it'd be a pretty good item. Alright, so we know there's a contraption in this area that we need to use. We know that. We have a bonfire down here. We're going to check out this elevator on the off chance that there's something like we did last time. It's looking like that may not be the case in this one. Unless we're off the bonfire. But could we have already gotten to that bonfire before? Yes, kind of. Yes. Okay, this is not exactly where I thought it was going to lead me, but I'll keep rolling with it. Any other items before we end up getting to the top here? Or any items I would pass? Maybe, maybe not. Does look like we got an item sitting right in front of us. Full growth palm? Okay. Okay, and this is how we originally got to the first bonfire. Okay, so we couldn't have actually gone this way originally. We would have been able to go here, but it would not have been ready yet. It would have still said that the elevator was down there, but now that we have it active, now we can even go from the first bonfire down to this area, instead of having to spawn there where all those other things are. Fine, I guess. I imagine it's probably more for this, but oh, I need to use the dragon contraptions. That's 100% what it is. I use the dragon contraption, it probably brings up another one of these, and then I run jump my way up there, is my guess anyway. But we're not ready for that just yet. We've got other places to explore so far, and also the Dragonstone's down this way anyways, or the dragon contraption that requires the Dragonstone, so I have to go down here regardless. But there's still more items down here that I'm looking for. And then we've already grabbed the greatsword over there, which I imagine is probably pretty good. I mean, they hit it back pretty far. And it's a great sword, so something tells me walking off the edge of that is probably good. And it looks like that's right. It looks like similar to the other water area. How do we want to kill any more? Not necessarily. I haven't hit a bonfire though, so there should only be a few of these dudes actually left in general. Okay, I don't know how you sold me out of that, but alright. What happens if I I run all the way back here. I'm seeing bloodstains over here, so I wouldn't be all too surprised if he could potentially snipe me. Although it looks like I can kind of snipe him from over here. Which is very rare for us to be able to abuse the AI when it can normally abuse us in these spots. So I'll take it. Oh, why are you shooting at his leg? You have to shoot his head, dude. Okay, now he tried to go for the double grab. Okay, good. That could have been scary if I didn't have stamina left. So far, these guys are looking a lot scarier than what they actually are. We died, like, what, once to them, but we're about to clear out the entire section of them. There's still one patrolling, isn't there? Yeah, he's just rolling around the other way. We don't necessarily have to kill him here, but we might as well. We have two different bonfires, essentially, that we could go to if need be. Got a 3720. Build stamina back up again, unfortunately. Keep hugging this wall. They seem to very much so be bad at going around the walls. It's probably because of the actual model itself more than anything. Like, it probably keeps fighting the side of the wall here. Ah, we got one now. I think the last item's over at this bonfire anyways, which we ended up hitting last, so we should spawn right next to it. Should be able to just grab the souls in the item right there, and then we'll go ahead and hit up the contraption. I made a mini goal out of killing all of them just to do it, just to see if there'd be anything special that would happen. Doesn't look like that's going to end up being the case. I'll be taking my souls back though. And I'll be taking back this one item. Silver Great Hero. Not exactly what I was looking for. Here we go. I should have everything over here now. I'm pretty certain I have everything over here. Now I just gotta make the run back over there, which might be easier said than done. We'll see. I definitely appear to be much slower than water, which is not really what you're looking for. Unless these guys can snipe me at the contraption with dark magic, I think we're out of there. Yeah, I want to say we got everything there. So, what was that? 2 deaths to get every item over there? I'll take it. Now, I'm expecting a pillar or something going up to those, which will allow me to reach this next part. Yep. Perfect, perfect. I thought maybe I would have to make jumps between them, but no, it looks like we should be able to run right across to it. Nice. Maybe this is why we take the first bonfire now, is because maybe they're thinking the first well, no, the first bonfire is definitely faster than this one, because you gotta wait through only, what, 1 elevator, and you don't also have to run through the entire area with those dudes again. But we'll get that next time if we end up dying here. It feels very bossless. I mean, we fought those nerds in the Cave of the Dead, and they kind of, like, griefed each other to death, which is fine by me, but, like, you know, can't really feel so much like an actual boss. Well, nothing I can do over here. I did see this hole down there. It's just, you know, something about throwing myself into the abyss doesn't always feel all that great. Kind of like to have an idea of where I'm going before I just throw myself to the wind. That looks to be the fog wall that we're looking for. I didn't think we came through this way just yet. Not seeing an item over there, so I think we're okay not landing on that spot. Alright, that'll allow me right there. Rip to that Estus. Thought I heard a shiny dude for a second, which is kind of weird. As we try jumping. That's a good joke. Maybe with fall control and baby with the cat ring, maybe it's still kind of far. I knew I heard a shiny. There's definitely a guy that gives like Twinkling Titanite or something around. I hear him. Are you not just the boss guy, but as a regular dude? You're kind of like just a guy. You're fat rolling in your armor? What are you doing? You straight up fat rolling. This is what happens when you fat roll, friends. You just end up getting killed. Like, fat rolling equals death in this game. Not even in PvP, but PvP and PvE. So if you can afford the not fat roll, it's probably in your best interest. Now we can't go down this way. We can also check what's in here. I don't hear Shiny Dude anymore, which I imagine he was probably there to stop me from doing exactly that. Well, something tells me you can't necessarily hit me right here just yet, so I'm gonna go ahead and take advantage of that. Quite tanky, you know. Quite tanky. I even think you can shoot anything through there. Alright, what? Apparently you can shoot just enough through there. And this does what exactly for me? We already hit up this area before? Oh, there's two shiny boys up there, I see. Maybe when I do this, it's gonna scare them out, potentially. Maybe I need the big one up there and then we'll start running for it. There's 4 of them, dude! There's so many! If I can get 2 of them. How did I possibly not? No. How did I not possibly get that second one? He was flipped over and everything. Ah, well, if we end up dying multiple times, I guess we can keep grabbing them one at a time until eventually we get them all. Yeah, that's about what I figured the message would say. Pointless ahead? Probably. But here we go. Man, who would have thought this was pointless, huh? Alright. Well then, we got in front of us and we got to the left of us. And we also get another left to us. Hexing urn. I believe those are just consumables that do dark damage. Ah, what a better way to go around. Yeah, you're already fat rolling. Like, you've been done, friend. The fact that you even dodged one of those is actually kind of impressive for fat rolling. We could potentially make it over there, but why would we want to? Why would we want to versus going this way, which does what exactly? Probably the same thing. Looking like pretty much the same thing, except maybe less of a fall overall. Yeah, this one looks to be less of a fall, so we'll end up going this way. I didn't know if I needed the run jump there. I figured if I ended up dying, then I would know the run jump next time. It seems to be that we're okay. I would not be surprised if somebody was around me right now. We're getting much closer to that fog wall. I'm really hoping there's like a bonfire or something, just for the fact that we don't have to do this all over again, because I know at some point I'm going to end up running through, attempting to get through quicker than I probably should, which is going to cost me a lot of extra resources. That's going to hit him. Yeah, it's too far. If I get somewhere like right here, maybe? Maybe. It ends like right as this is. Okay. I don't know how I didn't possibly see you, considering I ran around the entire square there. Alright. I guess, since it's the last hit you're ever getting. Fair enough. Did we really jump down from right here? Yes, we do. So it's gonna aggro me. I could run, jump, and hit this one instead. Yike. A little farther than I would like, but you know, we made it. Seems like there should be items somewhere, but then again, the fog wall isn't exactly that far away either, so... Yep, I could definitely see how people died in this area. Between fall damage and just falling off the edge of the map, due to the way that dropping down in this game kind of sucks at times. Then, yeah, I can totally see that. Yeah, we know there's an item on this side, so who's protecting it? I'm checking before I grab it. I do it. But all of you guys fat roll. All of you fat roll. Like, you do not scare me. Your fat rolling selves are not getting close to this. Why? So much ball. I must be missing something with those. Then again, I don't think I ever really looked at them that clearly. Something tells me there's probably another dude on the side of this guy, which is probably where there's all those puddles right there. So I'm gonna just chill right here for a second, kill this guy, get all of my stamina back, and then look on the left side here, just to make sure. No? Okay. Oh, maybe if somebody came through this way and they didn't know the second guy was there, that could definitely be it. Maybe those are a lot tougher as a knight. They could be. I guess if they're fat rolling, they probably have just stacked like armor on top of armor. In which case, they're like, I know I'm gonna get hit, but I have so much armor that I won't care that much. Okay, good. I was really hoping I didn't have to roll jump there. Sometimes it's hard to tell on the actual like distance on you're like, do I need the roll jump? Do I not? Please tell me there's just like a bonfire down here. Not for the sake of I'm like, oh, I need like crazy amounts of items. More so like, oh, please don't make me do that walk down all the way over again. Gorgeous view ahead. The walls are kind of gorgeous, aren't they? Visions of jumping off. Yeah, how did he know? He's a wizard, Harry. I was really looking around for a bonfire or something. Didn't see it, so I'm just gonna have to deal with whatever this is. It's gonna be a boss this time. Are we headed for a boss? I know there's bosses here at some point. You're looking like a boss, you know that? I'm not deserving of the mire. How dare you? I'll show you I'm deserving of the mire by using my dark magic that can't hit you. Oh my. I wish I could use magic like that. What the heck? Okay, she's randomly throwing bombs at me. I'm dead. Yep, I knew it. I knew as soon as I took the Estus out, I was dead. Oh, I hate Estus usage in this game, man. It just, there's no reason you should be, I already can't move enough. It is firing magic. Oh yeah, no, we're definitely starting at the first bonfire for this area. Yeah, no, absolutely not. Alright, how do we want to go about that? I might need to switch the soul arrow, honestly, just for the range. Maybe thunder magic. I'll keep it there just in case, but maybe I'll put soul arrow. We'll try thunder magic. We'll see. We'll see how this goes. Right, so she can throw curving, quote-unquote delayed fireballs. When I threw my delayed fireballs, not only did it take a ton of my stamina, but I also couldn't swirl them around like she did, but okay. Now, why is every mage in this game better than I am? Like, all their magic is just better, and they always hit just as hard, if not harder. There's like very few occasions in this game, even with, what is this, 50, 60 faith, 55 intellect, 175 being our lowest, like, defensive armor in terms of, like, magical armor, and yet these guys are still slapping me for, like, half of my HP more. Just ridiculous. I want to say we probably got most of the items in here. I didn't see anything that was all too crazy, although I'm sure the one item that I leave will be like the key to the entire thing, and then somehow I'll have to go back and find that again somehow. Like how I had to find some of the other keys that actually even get to these areas in general. This fall damage tempts me to get fall control and put on the cat ring and then just yeet myself off to see as far as I can go before I end up dying. Alright, Oh yeah. I forgot, we got shiny boys over here to break. I killed myself. That's alright. We'll just use a human effigy before the boss, because clearly we need it, because those fireballs are just such a pain. Right. So she uses everything so far. She hasn't used arcane, or thunder magic, but she's used dark and fire. Is her? I don't know if I want to keep her at range is like the thing, though. It still seems like she had a physical weapon, but then again, her magic is kind of hitting hard, so maybe I'll have a better. There's probably a lot less tracking in her melee weapon than there is in her magic, so maybe it would actually be worthwhile to get close to her. Unless she has some sort of, like, back-off attack. Which wouldn't surprise me if she is just sort of flinging magic out there. There's so few bosses in this game that actually use magic, or at least are, like, solely magic-based. So it'd be very interesting to see if she ended up being the one for that. Definitely could have used a bonfire right in front of us. Like, if you're like just beelining it straight for the boss, like, is there really a need to not have a bonfire in this area? Oh, there's still 3 already. Oh, that sucks majorly. Oh, okay. So I've got to, like, reset that every time after I fail one use? So I have to kill whatever I can get, use the stone to rotate it to lock it back up so they can't run out again. Otherwise, they're gonna immediately run out again before I can actually get to them. That's evil and really unnecessary, but okay. I'll probably just get those time. Since that'll probably take a minute, since I'd have to do that at least like 3 more times. Well, 4 really. Well, actually 6. Between one originally to put it back into place so they can't run away like that, and then another one again to release them, to kill off one, because something tells me I'm not killing all 3 at the same time. If I couldn't one-shot one of them with a single soul arrow, then there's no way of killing all 3 in one run. It's just not happening. So I'll probably just do that on my off time. It's just for materials that I've really just been neglecting, being like upgrading my actual armor, which I probably should do. I imagine we have a lot better than what we actually have on us currently. Alright, and just accept that we're gonna take fall damage. I guess in theory I could switch to the cat ring for this part, and then switch back for the boss fight. And that way I wouldn't lose as much HP, that way I would get more Estus, or in theory more Estus, because I would take less, if any, fall damage from this. But I don't really see it being too big of an ordeal, so I think we'll be okay. I need to go down at least. Didn't think you were gonna follow me. See, I've already reached the point of being impatient. It just... Why are they masochistic in the DLC? Like, they're like, oh, you died? Guess you gotta wait through one elevator, run all the way across, do like 3 to 5 minute falling session, and then you can fight the boss every time. Like, who okayed this? Like, no. You had plenty of perfect chances in that fall down there to give a bonfire. To be like, okay, you can start from right here, and then even if it was like halfway through the area, at least you would only have to do half the way. That way you wouldn't have to spawn at the bonfire up top, ride an elevator, and then drop down another half of the time every time you do the run. It just... I see why people say this is co-op DLC, because that way you could probably 1 or 2 try the bosses here, and that way you never have to go through these parties. Don't get me wrong, the rest of the area is like cool or whatever, but like you can imagine, if you gotta do this like 10 times over and then you finally kill a boss, you're like, oh, that's a boss I'm never gonna go out of my way to kill again. Okay. Should I kill him? I probably should, because he's just gonna keep following me, which is annoying. There's no way you live that. Even with fall control in the cat ring, I don't ever see you living through that fall. That was certainly riskier than it should have been. Rip my legs. Yeah, we can just walk off this one. I love paying 3 Estus and fall damage before I even get to the boss. That's like really cool and fun and interactive, and that should happen for every boss. I guess we gotta wait with 2, but I mean, I should probably use my human effigy here. And then go in there. So Dark Lord's really not gonna hit, which is spooky. I guess we start with Soul Spear, go down the Soul Arrow, and then maybe Thunder Magic. I don't know what that is. Oh, this fire magic. Oh! She's trying real hard here. Why would you backstep instead of rolling game, please, trolling me at this point? Okay, it's easy. Oh, good, Scaly Bros. Fantastic. How much do you take? You're gonna take like 3 hits each? That's gonna be so annoying. I need to watch her. She wants me to watch these, but I need to watch her. If I had the Dead Again spell, I wonder if I could actually, like, one-shot them with it. I feel like I should be able to. Crap. Oh, no. Oh, no. Not like this. Okay, good. We were far back enough that the, yeah, get me out of there. That the tracking on the magic had worn off. How you gonna tell me that didn't hit your skeleton, miss? No! Oh, jeez. You're like, why didn't you dodge that one? I was already in the middle of casting magic, so I could not dodge it. Sadly. Are you serious? Ha. Can't tell me you want to be slightly upset at that. Whoa, hey, what the heck? Chill, chill, chill. Hey, chill. Okay. I rolled right into it. I liked it better when you were just shooting magic at me. This is much better. You know what? Honestly, stick with it. Screw your minions. They're not even that crazy of minions. They're just annoying the kid. Like, why do I need to use 3 magic on a single skeleton? And then you got 3 of them. Thankfully, it at least staggers them a little bit. I imagine they're probably just going to trade aggro with me all the time. Okay. I really need to be watching the boss so this doesn't happen, but I can't also let skellies that do half my health either. Just kind of chill there. Okay. No! I refuse. Wow, I didn't think she had an overhead. Okay. Ever so lucky. Okay, that's just a single fireball. Single fireballs are okay. Let me guess, that's still gonna summon 3 skellies even though you're stuck in the corner? Are you kidding me? No! Absolutely not! You joking? Look at his eyes! This is not okay. This is, no. What? tell me that this man disappears after a minute. You can't possibly expect me to fight him and this boss at the same time. Are you joking? And like, I'm actually getting trolled, right? Like, this is just a troll, right? Like, he's gonna despawn in a minute, right? Well, I guess I gotta let him get an attack, if anything, so that way oh, yes. I guess I somehow have to attempt to avoid this man at the same time as... Yeah, okay, that's gonna go, right? Oh, this boss feels soloable if that's the only spawn that she gets at the end. Like, if that's the only... If that's her last spawn minion guy, then I think we have a chance. If she can spawn multiple of that dude at the same time, I'm calling it a second person, because that's just like, I mean, what do you want me to tell you? I'm already fighting one boss, and then she literally summoned in a second boss. Okay, you know what? No. We're testing a theory of mine. Oh baby, this is what we've been waiting on this entire magic for. Oh yeah, get the Sunder magic out of here. I've got Hex that cast a dark flame upon corpses, causing them to combust violently. I want to... Wow, it really takes up 2 slots, huh? I've got to test it out for science, because if that insta-kills that dude, you know, we might be on to something. If it doesn't insta-kill him, hopefully it insta-kills the skeletons. If it doesn't insta-kill either, I don't know. Or maybe if I keep the skeletons alive, then maybe she won't summon him? But if she summons him, and I have to deal with him, skeletons, and her, like, get me out. like, it's just... I only have so much stamina. I can also only focus so many things at the same time. If I've got 5 different enemies running around, there's such a huge chance that somebody's going to take the blow for another one that's going to be me needing to kill that one in particular, otherwise it's going to hit me and kill me, and I can already see how this is going to suck. Oh boy. I think it's soloable though. If that's like her last big spawn. If she spawns more after that, or multiple of that dude, we're finding another person to summon it. Because screw that. Like, it just, oh my, we lived. Okay. Always lucky. But there's gotta be a better way about this, right? That was not the better way about going about it. Alright, well, rip my Estus. We have consumable health items, but at the same time, just go in there? Come on, man. He's gotta fight me on every decision I make, which, you know, might seem a little fair at times, but sometimes. Okay, I thought she was immediately summoning somebody. I was gonna be upset. No! What? No. No. Oh my, because I rolled backwards, all of them hit me. Oh, because I rolled backwards, all 3 hit me, gosh. Alright. Okay. We're definitely gonna, it's far too early to give up on this one. But I wouldn't mind another summon person. You know, throwing that one out there. I'm kind of surprised I wouldn't see a summon at this point. Like, if what they say is true, and that this is supposed to be a co-op DLC, like all the DLC in Dark Souls 2, from what I understand, is supposed to be a hard co-op, or at least people that wanted a hard co-op type of thing. Like, this was supposed to be the DLC to do that. But, yeah, I seem to see a lack of NPC summons for me, so we're gonna attempt the solo of this thing. I mean, we did get her down to, what, like half or so? So, like, not bad. The opening is very nice on her. The fact that you get free damage. I mean, if you imagine, like, 2 sorcerers or whatever, and we both get 4 free soul spears off, like, she's probably, like, already at, like, close to 60% of her HP, like, left. Just in the opening. So we get decent damage in the beginning. It's just, like, after that is where it becomes absolute chaos. Although I guess the boss's HP change with multiple people. So maybe it'd be closer to like 33, maybe like 25%. And it's still a good opening regardless, to be able to drop from that low. For free at that. Well, good thing I drank that Estus. Rip to that. Really no reason I should almost die on my way down here from fall damage. Like, come on. You can't tell me that's not ridiculous. I do like opening up with Soul Spear. It's just free damage. Like, you can't even hate on it. I don't know if it's necessarily mitigating free damage, but free damage nonetheless. You can straight up just strafe out of that attack. Should switch to Arcane. See how much that hits her for. 100? Okay, so apparently Dark still hits her for more. By 2. But, still more damage. Ah, no, everything hurts. That's probably why we got the, +3 Dark Magic defense ring for people like her. Yeah, okay. Okay. Right. Okay, can't confirm. Does not work on Skelly Bros. That's not what you want to see. Good jail. This is gonna suck. Yep, I knew that was coming. Why would you roll towards him? Why would you make me run? Because I'm locked onto him? Because I know he's coming for me, so I'm gonna roll the other way? The game's like, I thought you wanted to roll into the damage that would kill you, not roll away from the guy targeting you, so that way you know which one's targeting you. Oh, that's that's exactly what the auto-targeting does, like, half the time in this game, when you're trying to use it. Half the time it's useful, the other half of the time it's working against you. I should equip this magic, because this magic is useless, still useless. I really have no idea where you'd use this spell, outside of maybe the Skeleton Lord's boss fight, where it's just a whole bunch of skeletons, and then you use it once, and then it's probably just like fireworks in that area, I would have to imagine. If it didn't work there, I would have no idea where that spell actually works, because, like, I still know. Right, what do we want to do with this? I mean, Dark is still doing more damage. It has a general intensity from the looks of it. I could use Repel. I could repel the bomb strikes, potentially. That'd be interesting. Or is it Twisted Barricade? Spells are reflected, but this is no damage can be inflicted. Which, if that's the case, why would you ever use Twisted Barricade over Repel? Right? Right? Well, I can't... You know what? Let's try it. Let's try it. Let's get weird. Let's try it. So when she fires the Dark Orbs back at me, my ideal situation would be that it would fire it back at her. Now, I don't know if that's going to be the case or not. That's just what I would hope. I'm also going to try it on the fireballs, which I know is a bit psychopath, but I gotta see if it works. If it reflects it, but it still hits me, then yeah. Alright, how long does that take to cast? A decent bit of time. But her projectiles also take a decent amount of time for her to shoot out as well, so. She probably still shoots it out faster, but I think she keeps herself, generally, at least at what seems to be her first stage or her opening stage, she seems to stay farther away from us until she starts teleporting right next to us to try and hit us with her weapon there. And then all of a sudden it starts to get crazier. I really don't want to change my setup like every time we get to this area. Because like in theory I could throw on fall control, I could throw on the cat ring, and potentially we could get down these areas faster and not take as much Estus damage. I think fall control only cost 1. I'll try it instead of soul arrow just to see if it's usable enough. Just so we can speed it up a little bit. Which I hate the idea of, right? Because that takes away some of your build for the actual boss and using it just to get some areas that could make sense, but this is not like one of those areas. I wanted to try it on this elevator, but there's no way you live through that fall damage. Even with fall control mitigating your fall damage, I've still tried falls like this before, I think in Dark Souls 3, and still ended up dying in them, so... But we could try it in there and see if we can drop in some of these other areas that are closer. I mean, I guess we may as well attempt the riskiest fall, and then if it works, then we know that it works, and that will cut out X amount of time getting back to the boss, instead of just taking falls that we generally think we'll live through with fall control. Which I'm pretty sure fall control is called, like, sneak, I want to say, in Dark Souls 3. I want to say that's right. It's been a minute since I played Dark Souls 3. I know. I guess it's probably closer to, like, couple of months? Yeah, probably. More so a couple of months. Alright, so where do we think we can... We've seen a message here that's like, try falling, which sounds kind of troll, but let's see how this goes. See how this goes. Still too much. Okay, you know what? Probably could have figured that one out. This is the workshopping, though. This is how we find how to get down to the boss the fastest way, as well as you know, just cutting time off each run. In which case, we can keep getting more attempts in, and yeah. I mean, like, rip to the human effigy, but it's just all a part of the workshopping. You gotta throw resources into the lab for R&D purposes. It just is what it is. Look at that cast speed, 181, and yet we still cast so slowly. I'm not sure what exactly a good cast speed is, but I'm pretty sure we started the game off at like 100 or so, I want to say. In which case we've almost doubled our cast speed within that time. Yet it still feels slow, so you can only imagine what the early game of this was looking like. Alright, so we know we can't make that fall. We can use it. I mean, we had 12 uses, so we may as well use it at every fall area, just so that way we can not take any fall damage to begin with, really. Even though it takes like a second to set up. Now we're taking falls like that without taking any damage, which is nice. Okay, not taking a fall like that without any damage. Was not supposed to go that far. You can tell I'm getting impatient, but I mean, you've watched so far, you understand how that would be getting impatient. Just like, why? Again, it's like the frozen outskirts area. Why would you not put a bonfire in the middle of Ruin there? Why would you not put a bonfire in the middle of the fall section area here? It's like unnaturally masochistic for like no reason. I mean, like, Dark Souls can be relatively masochistic, depending on how you really want to play it, but, like, this is just... like adding on top of it, and it does not feel necessary. It's looking like my dude has probably seen better days looking at this. Absolutely disgusting. Still rocking the crown though, but like outside of that, just absolutely awful. But that's kind of just how it is in Dark Souls though. It's like, do you want to look good and take less stats, or do you want to look ugly and have slightly more stats? I still want to try Twisted Barricade on the boss. We have yet to be able to do that yet, and I want to. Gotta see if the experimentation is worth it. Seems like fall control lasts longer in 2 than it does in 3. I'm gonna re-up it on the chance that it's about to run out here, since this is generally where we take a decent amount. Yeah, I mean, we didn't even take fall damage that time from that fall, and we shouldn't for the rest of this area. Can we go this far? Apparently we can, alright. And we didn't take any fall damage. Fall control is only 1 slot, so I don't feel too bad about using it. I'll throw another one at it, but like we're starting to get to the point where I'm like, I don't know if I want to. I should have decided that earlier, so I didn't have to waste the essence off of that, but here we are. This boss fight before the spawns is like not bad at all, and then once the spawns get in, all of a sudden everything starts to break loose here. That was supposed to reflect, by the way. I switched off of it because I expected it to reflect. It didn't reflect, by the way. Alright, let's try it. Maybe I was late. No? Okay. Throw your dark balls at me. You don't even reflect back at her? Oh. Why do you hate fun spells? Why do you hate fun spells? I don't get it. It's not even that broken of a spell to reflect the spells back at somebody. Half of them aren't even going to reach the person that originally threw it at. Oh, hit by something right here, I know it. Oh, okay. Chill. How are you gonna tell me your own magic doesn't hit you scale bros either? Seriously. Dude, she's just spamming bombs! Oh my gosh. Alright, so Twisted Barricade. Worthless. Thanks. Yet another one that's the twisted, useless spells. Sick. Oh good, it's not like I just killed them or anything. Oh, we're at this part, are we? Okay, I guess I'll just die then. Yep, I knew it. Alright, well, I should have used a human effigy if I was still experimenting. That was bad. We can use repel though, because repel actually works, unlike Twisted Barricade over there. Why would it not just reflect? It does not make sense. I imagine that's probably how the glass-looking Night Shield works too. Because it's like, oh, you can reflect spells, but it's probably along the same lines as Twisted Barricade, where it's like, you can reflect spells, but it's not actually going to work like you want it to. I'd be willing to give up a Dark Orb in order to get Repel. Instead of actually dodging the fire bombs, I could just throw one of those up, and in theory that should block it. We haven't necessarily tried it on a fire bomb yet, but I mean it worked on Vendrick, so I gotta imagine it works on pretty much everything of about the same level, which I would imagine would apply to those bombs as well. Except they kind of form like right on top of me, so like, yeah. Right, so this fight, what do we need to fix here to make this work out? I would say, we still need to clear the ads, but we should clear them slower, as in we should take it slower on killing them. Like, probably one magic spell, dodge, one magic spell, dodge. Except when it takes 3 shots on each enemy, that's 9 shots, and apparently it doesn't seem as though she necessarily has a summon cap. So it seems like every time I get rid of some, she's already about to spawn more, which makes me think that you're supposed to have a second person, where the second person helps you clear, and if there's 3 ads, you can realistically clear them in a decent amount of time, because you have double the DPS coming out. There's also 3 DPS, or 3 summons not sitting on top of you, and potentially the boss could be aggroed by your NPC, your friend, etc., etc. So, yeet, yeet. It's so much faster. It's actually so worth it, just for my own sanity of having to get back here. This boss feels doable, though. The walk here, annoying, but not impossible. The stupid tigers, absolutely annoying, and no reason for it to be as jank as it is. I need to roll forward into that in order to not take damage like that. Maybe Thunder Magic would be good against her. I mean, we're decent on the other, like, dark players. I wonder if I just keep her in range, if she'll not summon things. Which that means I'm gonna take more damage up close, because unless I dodge it immediately... Yeah, no, she doesn't care. She'll stay summoned. Worse. One down. That's a beautiful attack. That's good damage. That might even be a kill. No, he blocked it. Oh, okay. That's a little ridiculous that he was able to block that, but alright, if you say so. I'm gonna die while he swings. Okay, thankfully not. Yeah, at least. Okay. I would love to be able to damage her. See, these are like the types of boss fights where I don't like. It's not me versus the boss at this point. It's me versus the minions, and then me versus the boss. I'm surprised I even lived through that. Boss? Okay. Oh good, is that another set of minions before I can even do more damage? Oh good, it's even the worst one. Oh great. Radius guaranteed is a 3rd summon spawn. Something tells me you might actually be guaranteed a 3rd summon spawn. Disgusting. I hate her teleport. It takes my auto lock off of her and switches it to the summon that I'm avoiding. Summon that I'm actively. I'm pretty sure I've dodged that attack more in this boss fight than I did his actual boss fight. Yep, that could. Okay, I guess I'll just die then. Or not. Thankfully, laying down on the ground still gave me enough invincibility frames. Otherwise, that could have sucked a lot more. Oh, yep, can't punish you for that because I still got somebody on me. Dude, this is stupid. Just let me fight the actual boss. You don't even despawn after a minute? You're gonna be here the entire fight until I kill you, aren't you? He's 100% gonna be here the rest of the entire boss fight, I can already tell. That's so gross. Why? This is unnecessary. Why can I not just fight the boss itself? They're like, no, we're fighting the boss. And it's like, yeah, but at some point this dude over here is gonna hit me, and then I'm gonna get triggered into one of her attacks, and then I'm not gonna be able to recover from it. I can already see it. Like, I can never get more than, like, one attack off because those nerds are always on me, so if I don't have immediate stamina at all points of time, it's like, okay, I guess I'll just die then. Stupid. Absolutely. I don't hate the boss. I don't mind fighting the boss. I hate fighting the summons of the boss when I should actually be fighting the boss. That's the thing I hate. I don't imagine I'm the only one that thinks of it that way either. Like, so far, I think the summon dude might have actually done more damage to me than she has. As a summon, you know, not even the boss. Way too early. I got lucky that she body blocked in, otherwise I would have been hit. At least give them like a despawn timer. Like at some point they like just drop dead and she's got to resummon them again or something. Not, oh, you gotta kill him before I can resummon him again. I'm dead. Why did I do that? I'm just dead. I could probably beat this boss over time, but it doesn't even feel like me versus the boss. It's like, oh, hit this shooting target while dodging this random spawn. Like, it just... I mean, I guess I said I would kill all the bosses, so I'll consider it, but I won't feel bad if I end up using an NPC just to get the ads to screw off. I wonder if I leave the skeletons if she won't summon him. I don't think that's the case, and it might actually be worse leaving these skeletons, because then I'll have 3 people swinging at me instead of just the 1 plus the boss. Then it'd be the 3 plus the boss. So we're gonna try and not kill the skeletons, not actively kill the skeletons at least, and attempt to kill the boss. See how that goes. But like, why? But why though? If you're gonna make a co-op Dark Souls thing that's specifically for co-op, maybe a message that says that. Also, maybe including NPCs, you know, in locations that we can actually use them, maybe? Like, I would imagine that there's an NPC for this area, but where would it be inside this entire, like, building that I have to fall down the rest of the way? You would think right in front of the fog wall would make the most sense, which I want to say Dark Souls 3 did, like, all the time, or most of the time they would put an NPC in front of the fog wall. If they would allow you an NPC at that point. Yeah, I mean, like, you get the idea. Like, it's just... Gonna go ahead and cast that again. Alright, I didn't use Revel once there. I just never had the time to. I just had an NPC on me the entire game. So it's like, okay, well, I guess I'm never using this. Force ground proc right before I can use my soul spear, so I'm not getting any use of that back. Would not be surprised if I got punished for that. Yeah, she did jump with fire. Okay, so when she throws double fire bombs, it seems like I just need to strafe to the right. You're generally okay. See, like, this is not bad. This is doable. When she starts summoning infinite ads is when it starts becoming the problem. That explosion is a little, kind of sucks a lot. Not for the sake. It's fine that it does a lot of damage, because in theory you can relatively dodge it easier, right? But the fact that it covers my screen is a problem. It makes it a lot harder to dodge things than it should. I'm sure it's like unintentional, but it's what's happening. Yep, just gonna have to accept those when they come through. They don't hit as hard as the other guy, thankfully. This is assuming that she won't just summon the other nerf at the end of this, which something tells me she will at some point. Since she always starts off with what seems to be 2 sets of spells. Like, look at this. I've already taken more damage from the summons than I have the boss. I'm not fighting the boss at this point. I'm not fighting the boss. I'm just fighting regular enemies. And somebody with a larger HP than regular enemies. Like, that's where it is. This is not a Dark Souls boss. This is I just needed a filler boss. And they're like, how about this? And somebody was, yeah, that'll work. They're like, I'm taking more damage from minions than them. And people are like, just kill them, but then she's gonna summon more. And she might even skip the second set of Scaly Bros and just go straight to the other dude. Which if that's the case, I'm just gonna die. Okay, I guess I'll just die then. Right, so maybe I'll just do the rest of this DLC when I get a second person. If it's designed that way, I may as well play it that way. Could I beat this boss solo? Probably. Is it gonna be annoying? Yeah, I'm still gonna attempt it a few times here. But you can see the utter nonsense of what this boss fight is. Over half the time, it's not even me fighting the boss. It's literally just me dodging around NPCs. Alright, Repel, you're never getting used. It's just never gonna happen. I just got NPCs on me 24/7. In which case, give me my Dark Orb back. What else do I want out of this? We can try Thunder Magic. We can also try Fire Magic on her. Let's try Fire. No, don't lose Fall Control. I need that for my sanity. Give me that. Cast Light, is that the one that becomes a decoy? Well, I think it's called Urine. If I had Urine, I could use that and potentially get the NPCs to go after that instead, rather than me. Something tells me it's probably not going to happen. I guess give me double fire. See how this goes. I like the idea of Repel. Its practicality just like never really happens. When it does, it's good though. I mean, to be able to just like negate any attack essentially is super good. The only problem I have with it is it's not like a quick action, right? Like I've got to scroll through like all of my spells, and then by that time the attack has already gone out, and then if it's slow enough of an attack, you can get away with it. But if it's too quick, then you're just gonna get caught by it regardless. So I do think it's still a usable spell. It's a bit expensive at 3, especially considering some of the basic requirements that you need for it, but I think it's still usable, unlike stuff like Twisted Barricade and stuff, which is actually useless. But... oh yeah, let me deflect the spell, but you know, not back at the attacker or anything. That'd be ridiculous. Come on now. And then even when it reflects it, I think it's not even at like 100% of the value that they originally fired it at you for. I think it's like probably closer to 50 or something, which is, you know, not great. Alright, give me the free damage. I guess we're still gonna work with the Scalies. We'll try another Scaly run, see how that goes. Hit that. That hit her for 57. Of course it did. That's like my best fire orb as well, so this is gonna hit for apparently the same amount as Great Fire Orb. Why would I use the other one? What sense does that make? Oh, we're just gonna straight up skip Scalies all the way. Oh, okay. I didn't realize you just got to, you know, choose which one you're gonna summon. That's my bad, really. I don't even know where this nerd's at. I gotta keep him in the same screen as well, because if this dude manages to get behind me, then we're gonna run into situations like this where I just, you know, just die. I can't even heal right here because if he runs up to me like this, I'm just gonna die. Because that time I rolled too early. I expected him to go a lot faster than he did, but he didn't. I could probably almost guarantee you that if I get a second person in here, we probably kill him on the first try. Like, it's not that hard of a boss. Is it a hard boss solo? Yes. Was the boss expected to be fighting solo? According to what most people say, generally not. In which case, my fire damage is still kind of getting nerfed, so fire might actually be a realistic choice here. But I want to try thunder magic now. Even then, I think at full qualification, I don't know. That's I don't know if that's gonna be enough from Pyro, but we can try Thunder. I don't even know where people would leave signs for this place. I would imagine at the first bonfire, right? Like if you knew that the boss would spawn here, then you'd probably leave your sign at this one. Maybe at the second one. The second one would probably be fair to you. The third and beyond, though, I don't know about that. So I know for sure we have two bosses in this area. We have her, and then we have the dragon that was flying around. But apparently the dragon's after her, so I do have to kill her in order to get to the dragon, which is even more annoying. I think I could do it. I think I could kill her. If you end up seeing me use an NPC or something for her, don't be surprised, considering this place was meant for co-op. So. And ball control lasts like forever in this, so I just need to cast it like once or twice, and it just runs throughout the entire thing. It's actually, I mean, for what it does, is actually a good spell, like actually usable, and actually good for everywhere that you can explore, because everywhere you take ridiculous fall damage. I still want to start off with Soul Spirit first. That way Crown can eventually feed it back to me at some point. I'm so scared. 39 damage, huh? Just gonna throw lightning damage in the trash real quick. That did even less than Pyromancy, and my Pyromancy blood is even nerfed. Because I'm not even that all, at least in terms of what it's looking for in order for full damage. Oh good, you're summoning Big Night Boy. Great. Great. I'm glad we just decided that we're gonna skip Skellies for the rest of the fight. As soon as she saw me just fight him instead of this boy, all of a sudden she got offended and decided that I need to fight him more often. As if I haven't fought him as an actual boss himself already. Oh good! I totally could have seen that guy coming. Yep, it's not like my camera angle's locked. Oh, okay. I wanna... I don't know, is that cheat? I'm gonna look up if he's the last summon of hers. Like, if she can only summon one of him, then it'd be worthwhile killing him. If she can respawn him as many times as she wants, then there's no point in me killing him. I may as well just leave him out there the entire time. So I'll be back in just a second. Okay, so apparently there's supposed to be NPC summons immediately, like right next to the gate, like right next to it. But for whatever reason, I guess the summons are just like broken in my game mode, because the three summons that are supposed to appear in the frigid outskirts, or whatever the actual name for it is with the other tiger area, none of those spawn either, which is crazy to think. Like, 3 different NPCs don't get summoned? Like, or at least show their summon signs? You think if that was the case, at least one of the 3 would, you know, like, spawn, but that's not happening over there either. And apparently there's supposed to be another spawn pretty much right next to the fog gate for this boss, and there's not one either that we've seen. So, like, I don't, I don't know what to think of that. Because ideally, I would use those summons purely for, you know, aggroing the summons that she does, and then I would just focus the boss or help kill off the summons in a reasonable amount of time. But that's not what's happening. I should have switched out my thunder magic, because apparently it does like 39 damage to her when we hit her with it, which is like, what is even the point? 39 damage, get out of here. Maybe at the beginning of the game that would have been halfway decent, but right now, nope. See it? No fall damage from any of it. It's beautiful. I feel like I would learn like the basic amount of sorcery to use fall control, even as like a knight or something in a different playthrough, purely for the fact of not taking fall damage, because fall damage in this game is insane. Nope, yep, knew that I was gonna take that one straight to the face. Okay, I guess my dude just won't move then. Ah, good old essence usage. Oh, I hate it so much. We'll give it a few more attempts, and then I guess whenever I fight, maybe I'll try and fight them on my own time, and then if I ever get a summon for a second person in or something, maybe I'll try and turn it into a stream real quick then, in order to get the boss fight in, but like that time it wasn't even close, right? Like, I just, at this point, it's like, ugh. I don't even think this boss is hard. Like, the only thing that makes this boss a problem, at least from what we've seen of the attacks so far, is the summons. Like, without the summons, I don't have to focus on 3 different enemies the entire fight, because she's just gonna keep spawning them, I guess. Apparently there's no limit, based on what I can see, so even if I do kill them, she's gonna respawn them right back by the time I end up killing all of them, so then it's like, what's even the point? And then, what else? So summons, NPC summons, not where the NPC summon is supposed to be. Killing off the summons is pointless because you can infinitely spam them. That's what I hate about bosses and games in general. Like, unless it's a specific boss characteristic, like if your minions are like your boss mechanic, I would generally say it's not a good boss. Maybe that's harsh? I don't know, but I mean, like, when I'm dancing around you to take care of your summons, rather than me dancing around the summons to take care of you, like, I can't help but feel like there's a problem there. I don't even know why I pick up the souls. I think it's just so I don't have to see them for the rest of the time, because it does kind of get in the way of the HP bar and stuff. Even though you should probably know at this point that we're not generally all that close to killing her. Although we did get her, like, what, half or less one time? Did not think you were going to spam that again. Okay. Oh, good. Summon's great. Woo! Yeah. Everybody ready for some skelly bros? Woo! I can't even use a single spell without getting slapped. Maybe I could kill off all but one and then she'll refuse to summon more? If that's the case, I would only have to deal with a single skeleton, in which case that might actually be worthwhile. Okay. Coming all the way from downtown? That's gonna suck. Okay, good. I rolled just in time. What are you using? Orbs? You're not dead? No, I guess you're skelly, so I guess you're already dead, but you looked away for 1 second. That's like the real problem with the summons right there, is the fact that they turn your attention away from the actual boss itself. One day I'll be able to heal, but I was so low that, yeah, him hitting me could have potentially killed me. Oh, okay, then. This boss isn't even hard, it's literally just the summons, dude. The summons aren't even hard to kill either. That's not the point of the summons. The point of the summons is for you to take aggro off of her, as well as lose sight of her, so then she's able to free cast on you, which is part of the problem. Here, we'll start that up. I'll use a human effigy. We'll run out this human effigy, and she's not dead by then. Then we'll just call it. I'll look around, see if I can get somebody just to run, ideally through all the DLC bosses that I have left at this point, because all of them are gonna be this level of, you should probably have co-op with them. So ideally, if I could, it didn't call the elevator. So it didn't call the elevator, huh? You know, like the time that I ran over it, and then, no? Okay, I guess maybe me sitting back at the bonfire reset it? Maybe? Really? Whatever. I still want to beat every boss in this game. Like, it feels wrong not to beat every boss in this game, but, like, if the last of them, outside of the final boss and the secret boss, are meant to be co-ops, and I can't find anybody, like, I'm kind of starting not to care. Like, I do want to beat every boss, but if they're gonna put such a stipulation on it, then, like, there's not much I can do if nobody throws down their signs, or I can't get somebody online at the times that we end up streaming to actually be able to do so. So I really hope that doesn't end up being the case. I mean, if it does, then we'll have like 6 or maybe like 5 bosses left outside of the entire Dark Souls 2 to beat. At that point, is all DLC ones. So I forgot to throw one. All control. It's fine. I'll just use a life gem. It's not worth the Estus. HP, really, so far in that fight hasn't been much of a problem. More of the problem is actually ever getting like some breathing room to use my Estus at, because it takes too long. That was not where it. That's what I need to go one over. Okay, you know, it's just, I'm still gonna fight the boss at least 3 more times, but like after that, we're probably gonna call it for this stream. It's just... Oh, it's just so annoying. Like, There's no reason I should be fighting the summons longer than I should fight the boss. Or that the summon should do as much damage as the boss. Like, if you're gonna do summons, at least make them do, like, less damage, but have to keep them just as annoying or whatever. Not, oh yeah, it's still gonna do about the same damage as the boss. But we're gonna spawn 3 of them, and we're gonna have the boss free cast at you. What? No. The NPCs in the early game, I'm pretty sure, used to show up for us, and I just didn't take them. Like, I know the one at the Scorpion Lady showed up, and that was relatively close. It was just like a walk down, just like a walk up to the boss, basically. Maybe like 5 or 10 steps before the actual fog wall, so some were showing up. I don't know why all of them aren't showing up. Like, in theory, the sign is supposed to be, like, within this general front area right here. And it's supposed to be the dude with the Moonlight Greatsword sort of guy. So I don't know why he's not showing up. Yeah, now all these messages are... Maybe I just need to give it time to show up or something? I don't know. There's sun, illusionary wall, yeah, doubt it. Ally required ahead? Yeah, probably. Like, it would have been, like, within this general area, yet it's not showing. Just like it was supposed to be within the summoning circle, that circle with all the statues or whatever, in the frozen area, yet 3 signs didn't show up there? Like, something about that seems... Maybe I just don't have a right item equipped or something? Like, I don't get it. Yet I've been able... The one time I've been able to call in people was in on the Ivory King, which of course I killed offline because I had finally been able to find people, and it was like it was either now or never. So. Okay, this guy. Okay, that's me killing myself. That's me. Not the only one that knows how to use dark magic. Okay, shit. I wonder if I just keep her in, like, a teleporting... Why did that do so much damage? I was hoping if I could maybe keep her in, like, a teleporting blue, maybe she wouldn't spawn people? Yeah, that didn't go as planned, as you can probably imagine. You want a piece of the king? One of you want a piece of the king. I'm trying to leave one Skelly Burrow. I'm gonna get hit by this one. Or not, thankfully. Okay, I'm trying to leave one, and I'm just not gonna touch it. I'm just gonna leave it there. And if that makes it so she can't spawn the other dude, then by all means, it'll be... Gosh. Every time. I gotta learn the roll forward on that one. Ah, that was the double. Oh, we got it. Okay, good. Oh, okay. Some random teleports, man. The fact that they make me lose my auto-targeting is, like, the worst part of it. I don't necessarily mind the teleport. Like, yeah, sure, whatever. It's just... Oh, only because of the summon. I could have killed it, right? Like, I could have killed it. But then she's just gonna either summon another 3 skeletons, or she's gonna summon the big hammer, bro. So it's like, what's the point? I'll kill the summons this time, but, like, just don't see it making enough of a difference. That's, like, the saddest part about this boss. it doesn't even feel like a boss because of the summons in the first part. And even when it's supposed to be a co-op boss, I still feel like I can beat it. It's like the thing. I'll give it until we're basically hollow, but like after that, I'm just gonna go try and find people that get the DLC, or do all the DLC fights with me in one setting, if at all possible. So that way we can end off Dark Souls 2. I mean, we've been delaying the main part of the game forever now by doing the DLC. So, at least for the main game, we definitely could have finished it a while ago. And that I should be able to do solo. That shouldn't need co-op. I'm pretty sure I can do it just fine solo. As for the DLC stuff, though, yeah, no, this is hot garbage. I hate doing this run every 5 seconds, much like the Tiger run. So getting one person leads me to an instant kill or two on these bosses at some point. Then that's fine. At the very least, I would like to be able to stream them, so if somebody else had the game or something, wanted to do the DLC bosses with me, you could just leave your PlayStation name or something, and then if we can actually set up the time, then maybe you could be on stream with me as we kill the DLC bosses. I don't know if anybody actually plays Dark Souls that actually watches this. I would imagine some people would. It always feels good to start off with so much. I did not press keys for the second time, but thank you for that game. Alright. There we go, that's the way of how you dodge that. Just gonna take that one straight to the face. Yes, please. Oh, okay. You. No. That was good. I refuse to accept that. I want to be able to leave one skeleton. The problem is that even when I leave him, if he catches me after getting hit by a bomb or something like that, all of a sudden I've got poison, bleed, and whatever the bomb damage does to me, so like it just kind of confirms that I am a god. Should be fine. Okay, guess we're not fine. Should have been fine. I didn't know what that was supposed to be, but okay. I wish I had a better bomb detection radius on me. That would probably help. Instead of just guessing the range at which it's actually going to hit me. Oh good, we're at this part already, are we? Oh good, that hit you instead of the skelly. Guess I'm gonna die then because of it. Yup, okay. Like... Okay, my camera just lost focus there for a minute there. Don't know exactly why, but alright. I'll give it like my best attempts. It's just like, it's sad to be like, oh, I can't realistically do it without a person, even though I feel like I could outside of the summons. Yeah, it is what it is. Like, there's like not even a strategy to this boss fight. It's literally just kill summons, avoid attacks, and then just hit her with magic. There's just nothing special about this boss fight. I guess the special thing you could call it would be the summons that she does, but that's special in a different sort of way. Not as far as I wanted that to go, but we have fall control on, so we're not going to end up taking any damage off. Pretty sure it would cover the entire way down here, but I mean, we don't get punished for throwing on a second one right there, so I don't low-key think that my version of this game, at least the DLC, is broken. I almost feel like I should reinstall it. Because, like, why would 4 different NPC summons in the DLC areas not be working? Like, maybe if it was one area, it could be like, oh, the area is just, like, glitchy or doesn't work or something, but 2 areas and 2 separate DLC areas don't work? Like, that seems like a bit more of a problem than that. This is really not, like, if this, without the summons, I mean, look how easy this boss would be so far. Even, like, the teleporting wouldn't even be that bad. Seems like one always aggroes, but then it'll kind of switch after you stop it from being able to aggro correctly. Sometimes. Getting better at dodging that attack. Yep, that's the problem about focusing the summons. I don't get to see what she's casting. Yeah, that's the attack that I can punish the summons on. If they don't, you know, actually block everything that I do. Oh good, you're gonna live with 1 HP. Don't even have an HP. And 1 set of summons down. That attack is so gross. Maybe if she only ever summons skeletons and I can maybe if she only ever summons skeletons, I've got a chance, but like I don't know. Seriously, that one blocked. I've already used more Estes on her summons than her. Just, please, can I have a real boss fight? I was looking forward to a boss fight too, and then this is not what I was looking for. I feel like the dragon fight is gonna be like fun though, which really makes me want to beat this boss more than I probably should. Of course, that makes sense. I just stood in the middle of both bombs, but apparently it was just enough to hit me, and then we would have been fine from the bombs, but the summon damage was just barely enough to kill me. I didn't say I would go until basically the nullification, until my, you know, max HP drops down, so what little it will, but I mean, you saw that boss fight. Half the time I was just killing the summons. Could I dodge them? Yeah, we've seen it. Is that realistic for the entire fight when I do 102 damage with my magic? Probably not. Probably. still have no idea what the use of that dead again spell is. If it's not gonna work on skeletons, you know, straight up reanimated bones, then what enemy does it actually work on? Like, I don't, like, I must be missing something with that spell. Alright, a little closer than I would have liked on some of those, but you know what? Yeah, this area is definitely not as bad as what it used to be with Fall Control. With Fall Control, it's deal workable, but like, the fact that I still have to waste a spell slot just so I can get to the boss area faster, it's not even an offensive one at that, it's... No. Just I need to know the difference between flick of the wrist in order of doing the bombs versus the one that spawns right on top of me. Because the ones that spawn on the side of me, I can literally just stand still and avoid. That's the one that she throws right on top of me that I have to be able to distinguish from the other one. Like I guess maybe the cast time is the difference between them because she's spawning 2 bombs versus 1. But yeah. That was a cursed camera angle. Yeah, would not have been surprised if I got hit by that. I know what she's doing. Whoops. I know what she's doing. That's the hard part about this boss fight. It's not even dodging the magic. It's literally being able to see the magic and dealing with summons at the same time. Which, like, you know, kind of defeats the point of fighting the boss, but okay. How can you not even blow up your own summons and stuff? Like, okay, I guess I'll just die then. It's farming simulator, except the worst part about it is you don't even get the souls from killing the skeletons. Like, that's... We got a few more attempts at it before my HP falls to where, yeah, I'll be done with this one. We'll try it again tomorrow, for sure, but as long as I'm able to stream tomorrow. But don't be surprised if I see a second, if you see a second person in here when we do that fight, or if I end up killing them off stream, because you've probably seen everything that this boss does at this point. In which case, the only difference you would see is me killing it. Is my covenant the problem that I'm in? Is like this covenant just like screw all the other covenants? I don't need your summon signs? Is that what it is? I'll have to look that up later. Like, or like some way to increase your chances at finding them or something. Like, it seems like my regular arcane magic is doing more than my dark damage, but then it's also Soul Spear versus Dark Orb, so like there's already a difference in magic damage in the two. So kind of hard to say. Maybe I'll farm up enough on my own time so we can use the soul laser or whatever it's supposed to be, the one that takes like 60 effect. Just to see if it's the spell that I'm thinking it is, because if it is the spell that I'm thinking it is, it would certainly help, especially if I could use it as an opener against her and then go into Soul Spear or something. Oh yeah, she would certainly be hurt. whenever you can see this magic, none of it is hard to dodge. Like, oh no, bombs on my side, I guess I'll just stay in the middle. Oh, one right on top of me. Oh, dodge. Like, this is not the big one this way. Oh no, not bombs on the side of me. Whatever will I do? Oh no, I guess I'll just stand still. Oh good, we got Hammer Bro coming in. Oh, fantastic. At least that's only one spawn I gotta deal with, I guess. Of course, he's still just as good as being thick enough to block my magic from hitting the boss. I can't even have lock on, which you kind of need when you use magic against the boss, otherwise, like, it's never hit. But then if I keep lock on, it keeps him out of the frame, and then keeping him out of the frame is just a recipe for me getting hit in the back. So unless she teleports out of the corner or something, this dude's always going to be behind me trying to hit me. I don't know where you teleported to. You teleported, but you literally stayed in the same spot? That makes sense. But okay. Well, I guess I'm just good. Okay, I guess I'm just dead. Not dead. Hopefully not dead. Not dead yet, at least. My stamina. I can only ever get 2 magic cast at most. Because otherwise this dude's gonna kill me, because I'm gonna run out of stamina dodging her attacks. Like, look how little damage I actually do to this mad man. Like, actually, nothing. I'm going to assume that he is, so I can... Like, I should not have to guess whether I can actually hit the boss or not. Like, that's ridiculous. Be like, just blind fire at the boss. It'll be fine. You know what? Let's try killing him this time. Maybe there is a limit to this element. I didn't see anything that would suggest otherwise that would be the case. But let's try it. Maybe we'll just hit her randomly in the process. Okay, I guess this will just kill me. Never mind, not trying that. Oh, it's just no, just no. I hate dying to this boss because it's not even. I'm not even dying to the boss at this point. I'm dying to the summons. It's just. Oh, just y'all maybe rage if you want, but like I mean, and you see the utter ridiculousness that I have to deal with in this fight. I guess I like the skeletons better over him because I can wipe the skeletons faster. I mean, we probably knocked her down to what, about half HP there again? So, I mean, if we had a second person, like, she's just dead. I mean, even if she gets the extra defense or whatever, if I do half and they do half, like, she's just dead. Like I can pretty much guarantee, like, within 3 attempts, if not even the first attempt, that we would probably end up killing this boss. Like, even if the other person was purely a meat shield and then ended up dying off, but I got, like, my first 50% damage free or whatever, like, this boss would be dead. Which is, like, the most infuriating part about it, because it's not even that hard a boss. I mean, clearly, we can see that I can dodge just about every attack on it. The problem, because when the summons link up with her, and then all of a sudden I've got potential summon attacks from 3 different areas with the skeleton. I got Hammer Bro that can flinch me. Basically just grabbing those so that way it doesn't stop me from looking at her HP bar, even though I know we've only ever, like, knocked her down to half HP. Well, maybe we got closer to like 75% at one point. That might be generous. Still not 100% sure what's the difference between throwing a bomb on top of it versus throwing them on the side. Oh good, we're starting off with the hammer burrow again already. Sick. Fine, we'll attempt to kill him, but I don't have high enough. Look how ridiculous this is. It also seems like he attacks more when like I actually focus him versus like dodging. Maybe I just don't see as many when I'm actually targeting the boss as opposed to. Oh good, he missed. Although when I do this, saw that one coming. Immediately saw it coming. I knew as soon as I didn't see Dark Orbs coming at me that there was a bomb running at my face, and I just couldn't do anything about it. Alright, screw that guy. We're from the second boss. He's just too tanky. He might actually be tankier than the boss. Legitimately. Oh, of course, could have possibly punished him. No, okay. You know what? No. I'm good. You can call it baby rage if you want. Hey, it's 3 o'clock in the morning here. I'm gonna go ahead and chill. Screw this boss fight. Man, maybe I'll be able to find a second person or something for this. And then we'll probably one-shot this boss, which will be very annoying, knowing that I died so many times to it beforehand. Mostly because of the summons. Anyways, ! Socials. There's my Twitter. I always send a tweet out before we stream, usually within the next 5 minutes or so. We're playing that game that's named in the tweet, so if you guys aren't on Twitter, then you're not going to know when the stream's up, unless you follow me on Twitter, follow me on Twitch, or in my Discord asking when I'm going to be streaming that day. So it's just ways for you guys to be able to stay in contact with me, know what's up, know what's good. And it's free, of course. It's just Twitter. So yeah, if you want to go ahead and do that, cool. If not, that's fine too. Although do consider either Twitch, Discord, or Twitter. That way you guys at least stay notified. I mean, I'll try and keep you notified on here, but you'll definitely get more constant updates on one of the 3 mentioned. Next up, we got my YouTube channel, which is an archive of all our Twitch VODs. So if you guys are new, you just came into the Dark Souls 2 series, we've got an entire Dark Souls 3 playthrough, including all of the DLC, which we did beat all the bosses. We also, same thing with Bloodborne, full game with the DLC, every boss is beat. If you like Resident Evil, we got Resident Evil 0 through 8, as well as Revelations 1 and 2, and Code Veronica, everything Resident Evil, bam, done with. At least as far as the main campaign is concerned. And then we got a few other gems thrown in there, so why not go check those out if you were enjoying this. Then there's my Discord channel right there, if you guys want to join that. It's just another way of keeping communications with me. I'm generally on Discord more than I am on Twitter, so you'll definitely probably get quicker responses if you have questions or if you just want to talk or whatever. And Discord's definitely better at the moment. Once I get some more, once I get a larger following or whatever, a more consistent following, or like more people just asking for me to be on Twitter, then I'll go ahead and give that some more attention. But currently Discord's where it's at for me. I've got bots in there that you guys can play with. They're all free, safe, etc, etc. I've already vetted them, so you guys don't have to worry about that. I wouldn't put them into my Discord if I didn't know if they were safe. That's what I'm saying. I imagine most people know what Discord is. It's just another area to hang out. You can just ask me pretty much like whatever you want to in there. You can ask when I'm gonna stream, if I'm gonna stream that day, what game am I gonna be streaming, approximately how long from when you send the message. I could give you guys all sorts of ideas on that. You guys can also drop me game suggestions, of games that you guys want to see me play, or I know, I guess we could always do fiction content, maybe. That's probably more of a YouTube thing more than anything. But, yeah, so there's that. What do we want to do for tomorrow? We'll probably... I want to say we can stream tomorrow. It's probably going to be this, unless I do end up getting Legends of Arceus tomorrow, which I should have gotten already because I pre-ordered it, and I still haven't gotten it, which I'm ever so slightly upset now. It's not just because, like, I pre-ordered it or whatever. So, like, when the new games come out, right, if you're just regularly playing the game for you, right, it doesn't really matter as much. You know, you get it day one, the week after, or whatever, like, you still got the game. When you're planning to stream the game, being some of the first people to stream a new game that that plenty of people already enjoy and stuff, being some of the first people to it is hugely important. Like, if you play games that are, like, specifically story driven, and then you get all the story spoiled to you or fed to you or whatever from one stream, how much more likely are you to go back to somebody else's stream and see the same game with the same story and stuff, knowing what exactly is going to happen when? You can see how, like, after people saw that the first time, they'd be like, yeah, I'm good. And then, you can see how the first people in there, they're going to get all the people like, yeah, let's say Legend of Arceus ones. They're like, yeah, new mods, new experience, stuff like that. If you're like one of the first people, every new Pokemon, unless you watch, spoilers or saw some of them, they got leaked or whatever. So if you're like seeing them for the first time, you're like a huge Pokemon fan or whatever, you're like, oh yeah, then you're just vibing with whoever's like streaming with it, right? And then after that, if you move along to the second one or whatever, like that, whoever hasn't seen it is still gonna be like crazy. The people that like really like the games or whatever. Like if Dark Souls 2 like just now came out and you saw that I was fighting, I don't know, who'd we have that was like pretty fun? The Lost Sinner we did for a while. You see like that guy for the first time or something, and you finally see him kill, you're like, oh yeah, this dude is so good, right? And then like you watch somebody else after that. Dark Souls might be a little different, but you get the idea. I'm like, that's a bit much of a rant. I apologize. Anyways, you guys have a good day, night, afternoon, whatever time it is for you guys. And as far as I'm aware, we should be playing this tomorrow. If I end up getting Legends of Arceus, we might end up doing that. If I can't find anybody. If I find anybody, then we'll probably end up doing Dark Souls 2. And then maybe hold off on Legends of Arceus. Otherwise, just fair warning, if people want to see me solo all the rest of these bosses, the rest of at least the DLC bosses, I hope to have, at the bare minimum, a regular NPC summon on, because they were already designed to be co-op, so I'm already limiting myself to begin with our build with magic, and then to have the extra limit of fight a co-op boss solo, I wouldn't say it's necessarily too much, at least not for this boss. I think on the perfect run I could do it, but realistically a second person to draw aggro from the summon off and then somebody else just focuses the boss the rest of the time would be ideal. So ideally I'm gonna kill the rest of these co-op bosses with a second person, whether it be an NPC, whether it be somebody I know, whether it be a random online. That's generally what I'm looking at. So if you're wanting to see me solo every boss, just heads up, that's probably not going to happen with the rest of the co-op bosses. The final boss and the secret final boss, I definitely do want to attempt to do solo, and I'm pretty sure you have to solo both of them. I could be wrong on that, though. So, yeah, that's the general plan going forward. Yeah, that sounds good. Alright. Alright, enough stalling. You guys have a good one. And we'll see you tomorrow as far as I'm aware, unless... if I can't stream tomorrow for whatever reason, I'll send the tweet out. Otherwise, probably either expect this or Legend of Arceus. So with that, you guys have a good one, and we'll see you later. See ya.